We are back, back, back. NBA playoffs in full attack. Damn, that rhyme. Shout out to Dr. Seuss. But back with me again is the $18,000 kid, Steve O. What it do?
What up? What up?
Look, man, NBA playoffs, like I just said, is in full swing. And we got four teams that are, I can pretty much say no one had these teams being the last four teams remaining.
I can see people have the Suns because the Suns were good in the regular season. I mean, if you're talking preseason, you're probably right.
I'm
I mean,
talking
some people probably had the Bucks. I can see people having the Bucks.
I'm talking about collectively. Like, let's say, let's pretend this was March Madness Final Four. You had to, you filled out your bracket, for the playoffs. I can guarantee. I'm pretty certain that no one had this being their Final Four.
Oh, of the whole four, no, not a chance.
But I mean, since we're here, the Eastern Conference, they're gonna be giving us a show of the Hawks and the Bucks. Ugh,
I don't
ugh.
mind the Bucks. I don't know what it is, bro. I will. I hate Trey Young. I'm gonna say it. I fucking hate Trey Young. Plain and simple. I, he
Yeah.
thinks he's in the same caliber of shooter as Steph Curry and Lillard. He is not. Not even close.
so, so you just hate this man.
I do. I do. Because he is he good? Yes, but he isn't a superstar like he believes he is. This man takes logo threes as if his coach just gives him the green light all the time, which he probably does. But he does not have he can't make that consistently like Curry or Lillard. Not even close. His best part of his game is the pick and roll. Going off the pick and roll and either he reads the defense, he either floats it or he throws the oop.
I
Reminds
mean,
me a lot like a Tony Parker with a better shot.
I mean that's a big part in basketball. But since you're a hater, I'm actually a big fan of Trey Young's, and I'm
I
actually
know.
okay with him shooting these deep range shots. I mean, he can hit them. Maybe he's not going to hit them at a consistent clip as Steph Curry or Damian Lillard. But are we expecting him to? Are we expecting him to be able to
I
hit
mean
that?
people I mean people put him up there like he should.
See, it really just sounds like you're bitter. Look at this man. The dude is
Yes, I
22
don't like
years.
him.
The dude's 22 years old. This is his first playoff appearance, and look what he's doing. He's not carrying his team. He's leading his team, and he's doing it to perfection. He's playing their style of basketball, and they're winning games.
Hmm.
I mean, obviously, you can say they're one of the more healthy teams in the league, especially considering they're only really missing one starter, DeAndre Hunter. I mean, yeah, for them, that's a pretty decent sized blow, but I mean, I don't see him moving the needle of being a championship contender or not.
No.
So, yeah, out of the teams that we were dealing with, the Hawks are still one of the more exciting teams left in the playoffs. So,
There.
yeah, yeah. You can say what you want, but they're there.
I mean I'll give the Hawks credit. They deserved it. I don't know. Well, I'm not going to say they deserved it. Philly did not deserve it as much as the Hawks, deserved it. Because Philly, you don't blow two 20-point leads back to back. You don't. You just don't. And they did. They did in game 4 and game 5.
Yeah,
And then I was for sure that they were going to lose in game 6. But they won close. So I was surprised. And honestly, going into the game yesterday, I was with Charles Barkley, and I was for sure that the Sixers were going to blow out the Hawks. It was in their home building. It was Game 7. I did
you
not
thought
think
a
there was a
blowout?
chance. I did. Because they proved that they can blow the Hawks out. Just for some reason they couldn't put two games together, man. Because they were up 25 and like 22, I think it was in games 4 and 5. I could see game 4 because it was in Atlanta. And once you get the momentum as the home team, it's hard to lose that momentum. So I could see that. But at home, I don't know how you get outscored 40-19 in Game Five. I don't in the fourth quarter. I mean, that's just ridiculous.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah, I definitely agree on the fact that I think Philly lost it um, over the fact that the Hawks won it. But it is what it is. Like I said, they still play exciting brand of basketball. Now to go a little bit deeper, now they're against a Bucks team who
Bucks and five.
the Bucks are
I'll say it
horrible.
right now. Bucks and five.
But the Bucks aren't fun to watch. But sadly, I think I'm with you on this. I have the Bucks. You know, I do. I have the
Atlanta
Bucks.
does not match up well at all. Atlanta does not match up well with the Bucks at all.
I mean, now before you say that, Capella might be able to hold his own with Giannis. With Giannis not being able to shoot that very well, and he's big as well.
Hey, Giannis has improved his mid range at least.
I mean,
I've seen him.
he's improved in general. In general, but I mean, I agree. I still have the Bucks within 5 or 6, but I mean, I think the Hawks are going to make it competitive.
Mm, I
I
think
think they
okay. If
can
it
make
goes
it.
5 games, I think the Hawks will make it competitive. 2 of the 5 games,
And you
and one
see
of those being a
blowouts.
dub. And well, I think it'll take about till the fourth quarter for the Bucks to separate, like to where they actually have the game straight in hand. But I don't see many of the games coming down to the wire. I don't.
I mean, the only reason why I'm giving the Hawks so much credit, I think, is because they've shown so much heart on the road.
They have
They're playing very well on the road. I mean,
well, they're
obviously they're
playing really well in general. Ever since
well,
Nate
yeah,
McMillan took.
that's what I was saying. They're playing well in general. They're playing well at home, but I mean, they're surprisingly good on the road for a team that young with no experience. You know, they're
Mhm.
going on the road and they're beating teams. Like they're going there and they're hanging in there and they're figuring out ways to win the close games on the road. That's impressive. And I mean, it can make a series turn anyway.
Yeah, yeah. I
Um,
mean, I just got one thing to say about that though. Fear the deer. I hate that slogan, by the
it's one of it's definitely one of the uglier sayings in the NBA. But yeah, I think the Bucks just have too much to overpower. I think Drew Holiday is going to be big in this series,
way.
especially being the primary defender on Trey Young, and he's already bigger than Trey Young, and he's such a good defender. Um, and they're going to have to still throw bodies at Giannis. I mean,
Because
Who's going to guard Chris Middleton without Hunter? I mean, it's
yeah, I mean, because
they're going to
everybody's
get.
willing to shoot. Everybody's willing to shoot on freaking Milwaukee. Like when you're playing Philly with Simmons, you're basically playing 4-on-5 on the offensive end
Yeah,
because Simmons doesn't want to score. I just hate it.
yeah,
I
yeah.
hate that so much, dog.
I mean,
But
I'm not a big fan of watching the Bucks. They're a nitty gritty team that they're just so boring to watch. I mean, I guess because they don't really have true star power that's exciting. I mean, they have Giannis; he's a star. I'm not saying he not doesn't have any
uh,
star power, but I'm saying he's not really fun to watch. My man does a halfback dive every play.
I love watching Giannis, and then Middleton. Middleton's going to be big for this series because
I agree.
I've seen Middleton go AWOL, and then I've seen him, look like the number one on the team, and then Giannis looks like a two. So it, I mean, Middleton's gonna have to do his part. Drew Holiday, he's gonna have to do his part.
Hmm.
If he doesn't do it offensively, at least contain Trey Young. Make him have because I mean Trey Young in Game 7 against Philly did not shoot good at all.
He didn't.
He was
He did not
five for
have a good.
22.
Yeah, he did not have. And another big difference in this series is going to be, yes, Drew Holiday is bigger than Trey Young, just like Ben Simmons was. The difference is Drew Holiday actually uses his size on offense as well. he goes down there and he would drop a
Yep,
shoulder. He
exactly.
would and put that ball up. I mean, Drew Holiday doesn't lose confidence, and maybe that's just him being an experienced vet. I mean, it's been games where he shot
Yep.
pretty poorly, but kept shooting. Ends up making a few big plays towards the end. I mean, he just did it against
Like
the
game 7
Nets.
against the Nets.
Exactly.
Yep,
So
exactly.
that's what I'm saying. I think it's pretty safe to say I have the Bucks here, but I do think the Hawks are going to make more games competitive than not.
Mm, I just don't see it. It's a bad matchup because you said Capella on Giannis. However, when they've played before, Capella's been in foul trouble early. And if you get Capella in foul trouble early, I mean, who's going to guard Giannis after that?
They're done after that.
Exactly. So, and Capella has been known to get in foul trouble early against like bigs like Embiid or like a Giannis or somebody like that that's willing to go to the paint and basically make the refs call those fouls. And I mean, if he gets in foul trouble early, Giannis is going to drop 40 a game.
Yeah, I agree. So it's pretty much safe to say that we both have the Bucks going to the finals here.
Yes, indeed.
Well, let's go ahead and shoot over to the West Coast, and you already know who I have here. It's time for my man CP3 to get him a ring. Let's get it, Chris.
Yeah, that would be. I would actually like that, Loki. I think the Clippers coming into the series. I thought Clippers because after after the Suns beat the Nuggets in 4, um, I said the Suns will lose in the Western Conference Finals if they have to meet up with the Clippers, but they would probably sweep the Jazz because I didn't think the Jazz matched up. And what's it called? But with the Kawhi Leonard news, it changes everything.
It does.
It changes everything because I don't know if Paul George. I mean, obviously he showed he could be that guy, but I don't know if they have enough around him. I
Agreed.
don't. Obviously in Game 7, Terrence Mann showed, or Game 6, Terrence Mann showed up,
And
and
Reggie Jackson.
yeah, well Reggie Jackson he's actually been doing good since Kawhi left. He's been averaging like 20 plus, which I expected him to do. Morris he averaged well he didn't do good Game 1 in the Western Conference Finals, but he showed up and was dropping like 15 to 20 in the in the Western semifinal. So um they I just think it's a without Kawhi they don't have a chance, especially if Chris Paul gets back too. Obviously, both of them are out Game 2, but if both of them are out for the whole series, I just don't think the Clippers have enough.
I agree. I agree wholehearted. And yeah, they need to get Kawhi back immediately if they want to salvage the season. But I mean, at the same time, even going back, me and you said this was going to happen. Not necessarily Kawhi getting hurt, but me and you both said, the way the playoffs were shaping, that looked like it was shaping up more and more like the Clippers were going to end up making it further and further and further.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, with him Kawhi going down, it looks like the end of the road.
Yeah,
It
because I
looks like the
mean
end of the
Philly.
road.
I mean not Philly, Phoenix. I, should we talk about how awesome it is to have fans back? By the way,
Oh,
because that Phoenix crowd is amazing. It
the
is amazing.
Phoenix's atmosphere right now is reminding me and it's putting me on that same level of nostalgia of Toronto Raptors playoff run
Mm-hmm.
with their fans and their crowd. Man, Phoenix has the best environment right now, and that's no diss because Atlanta over there has an amazing crowd back in
Yeah,
Trae
they
Young
do
as
too.
well. They have an amazing
Yep.
crowd back there, so I'm gonna give my shout out and stuff to them as well. But man, Phoenix over there, they done had Devin Booker, get my man the knockout champ, back in the game. They
Mm-hmm.
selling shirts and giving away
Yep.
shirts with my man on it. Bro, their atmosphere is unmatched right now. And I think that's going to actually carry them a little bit further and take them to
Yep.
the finals, man.
And
It's
I
so
mean,
hard to win with the crowd in
they
that environment.
travel too. They travel really well.
And that's
Cause
what's
in the
so
Nuggets,
funny. Phoenix ain't that far from LA.
exactly. So it's gonna be a lot of Phoenix fans in that crowd as well. And I mean, I mean, they traveled to Denver in the game 4 against the Nuggets. It sounded more like a Phoenix game than a Nuggets game. Like
All
it
I
was
know
crazy.
is I love it.
No,
I
I do
love
too.
it. I love it. And obviously, here, uh, Kawhi's injury is what, a torn ACL, they say?
I don't know if anything's been confirmed because I've heard knee sprain, I've heard ACL, I've heard a lot, but I don't know if anything's came confirmed.
Yeah, they
But
keep
it's a
tiptoeing
knee
it and
injury.
going. Yeah, they're tiptoeing it and trying to go by game by game. I'm telling you right now, if Kawhi doesn't come back, they're probably not going to win a game because Chris Paul will be coming up back.
Yeah, he'll probably come back game 3. I don't personally. I don't think from the way that they're like kind of hiding it. I don't think Kawhi is gonna come back this series.
And if he
It
doesn't,
sounds
it's a wrap.
like yeah, it sounds like it's something more than what they're I guess not saying, and they don't want to say it because then it changes the game plan on how you coach the series basically. Because if you know Kawhi is not going to be playing at all, then you may coach a little differently, games 3 and 4 or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so again, I think it's both. It's safe to say we both have the Suns here,
Yes,
and
I
I'm
would say the Suns
and
only if
I'm
Kawhi does not play.
only if even if he does play, I don't know if he comes back in time with a bad knee. With a bad knee, I
Yeah,
don't
well,
think it's going to be enough.
yeah, it'll be interesting to see.
If he
But I
comes,
mean,
if he comes back, Suns in 6. If he doesn't come back, bring out the brooms.
so Suns regardless. The
Suns regardless.
one thing that I do want to point out though is this is the last time either of these teams won a NBA championship was before the merger, the
Yep.
ABA NBA merger. So all these fan bases have been waiting a long time for a championship,
Oh
and one of
yeah.
them are finally gonna get it.
Hey, listen, I'm gonna go ahead and go on record. If Phoenix and them can win a championship, I'm gonna go ahead and order my Chris Paul jersey. You know,
Ugh.
CP is my boy.
Yeah, Chris Paul. I mean, he's proved how important he is.
Point God.
Yeah, he balled out game 4 against the Nuggets, man. He balled out. That man
He,
had like 27 in the second half.
and he gonna continue
Most
to
points
do
he's
that.
had in like 4 years.
And he gonna continue to do that because he's the God. He's the point God.
Yeah, he's Chris Paul. I mean, what can I say?
Well, if that's all you have on the NBA playoffs, as of right now, that's all I have. We only have, 2 more series until the big one, to the final, and then we're done with
Mm-hmm.
basketball season. Until the draft, and we'll go from there. That'll be another show for another time. But as
Yep.
always, thanks for being part of the show, Steve.
All right. Love being here.
Hey, and for everyone who's watching, hey, thank you guys for tuning in as always. Don't forget to please like, comment, and subscribe. We're on all social media platforms. That it includes YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, and also Facebook. Like I said, guys, like, comment, especially comment. We're always discussing something new, something fresh in the sports world, or even just random thoughts that have popped up into one of our heads. So definitely, guys, comment. Like I said, you never know when we'll have a show. Even it may even be based on or centered around your topic of conversation. So thank you guys as always. We'll see you next time.